One of the things I hear all the time from people learning piano is this: they just want to sit down and play. In this video I'm going to show you and walk you through my roadmap to what I call piano freedom. I will show you how the color block method, the melody protocol, the inversion system, the expression training and the cinematic mastery training all fit together into one clear path. You can use this entire video as a free training, and if you feel like you want to help you want my help to implement it, I'm currently thinking of opening 10 spots soon. So if you want to explore that possibility, I would say pause the video and book a call on my calendar below in the link in the description. I will ask you a couple of questions: where you're at and what you're working on and where you want to go, and if it feels like a good fit, I'll show you what it looks like to work together. And at the end, you can decide if you want to be a part of the program or not. Let's dive into the video. Alright, so the first step to piano freedom is your left hand. Most piano lessons start with the right hand, but this is like buying curtains and a sofa before you even have walls when you're buying a house. So in my world, the left hand is the foundation and the right hand is the decoration, the furniture, whatever you want to call it. We start simple, beautiful color progressions, and I will show you how a few color blocks can already create the feeling of a real piece of music. So color blocks are predefined patterns that you can learn in a very easy way that you can use across all the keys on the keyboard. You can start anywhere on the keyboard and it sounds good. Like if I start from D and then from G, F, G, A, B, C. That's how it works, and the cool thing about it is it always works. It always sounds nice, and that's why I push for you to learn this on autopilot. So on our first call, we add cinematic upgrades that film composers love. For example, we add a suspended fourth into the red block and the yellow block. We have a 4-chord progression. And then we add the sus4 that creates a solution towards the G major. It makes so much more sense to first create your foundation in the left hand and then start decorating with your right hand. And this is an amazing bridge to the second phase, because in the melody protocol, we're going to talk about stable and unstable notes. A beautiful melody is always a combination of stable and unstable notes. So if you combine them and you create tension on purpose and you create solutions on purpose, resolutions on purpose, then so we really learn how to think as a film composer, and that is is so much fun, honestly, to discover this, and we're not even halfway through the whole program. In the second module of the melody protocol, we're going to talk about questions and answers translated to melody. So here's a melodic question, which kind of, right, sounds like a question. In order to answer that, we can play something like this. So if you notice, the last note that I play either ends on an unstable note or a stable note. There's the question. There's the answer. And let's do another question. And the answer. So we're actually learning how to breathe in music, because if it's all like this, it sounds nice, but we sometimes want, I think it's essential to learn also how to breathe. Alright, so let's move to the inversion system. You will be able to play something like this. These are chord inversions. So we have the root, the first position, the second position, and that's it, because then we have the root again. I teach you how to create the good habits with the right finger positions. 1 3 5, 1 2 5, 1 3 5, 1 3 5. So it's always 1 3 5, 1 being the thumb, pinky is the 5. Only for the first inversion you use your index finger. Now we're going to move into the beautiful part where you combine it with chords. So when you play a chord progression, you can play everything in the root position, but when you play everything in the closest position, so you have to change the least amount of fingers, it sounds more natural. And that is making music. We, by the way, will also learn this for different keys. So we're now always focusing on C major, but we can also play it from here. And I will help you with that. Now I was talking. And if you really want to take it to the next level, of course, this is a whole big system that we're building that you will learn for life. But like when you're ready, we will also, whenever you are ready, like I said, combine this with color blocks. Alright, so at this point we are entering stage 4, expression training. At this point we have learned all the notes. Time to bring them to life. We introduce what I call ocean waves. So your music starts to move like waves on the sea, and intensity rises and it falls and it rises and it falls. High energy, low energy, all inside the same piece. Let me give an example of that. So we combine slow and soft, gradual increase to fast and loud. Let's add in a chord progression. Alright, the fourth module is the emotional arc. We zoom out and we just shape to 8 bars, 16 bars, a whole piece. We're going to stack smaller waves inside bigger waves that creates that natural arc that develops like a story, not just a loop. And again, I'm not trying to be perfect here. In this stage, I would give myself maybe 2 stars, not 3. You just need a solid understanding and a bit of training. Right, stage 5, cinematic mastery. Finally, we arrive at the 5th stage, cinematic mastery. The first module here is atmosphere building. This is where we take everything you've learned so far and use it to create a mood even before the melody starts. We work with the pedal, patterns, subtle details, so that your very first notes already feel like the opening of a film scene. Let me give an example. Let's just focus on repeating a couple of notes. Before the cinematic mastery training, it will sound like this. And after the cinematic mastery training, it will sound like this. We're going to work on an internal harmonic map, which kind of teaches you to connect the dots in your brain to predict the next chord. So when I play that, it's I know exactly what D flat major is going to sound like. know exactly how A flat major is going to sound like. Why do I know that? Because I know that this exact chord progression was used in the soundtrack of Avatar, for example. And so I have analyzed or learned by ear so many movie soundtracks that you start to see patterns. You start to see patterns in different movie soundtracks. So let's go back to A minor and make it slightly more simple. If I go one down, I go to G major. If I go again one down, I go to F major. Now I can choose, am I going one down or one up? One down sounds like this. And one up sounds like this. Then one up sounds again like we're home. One down, and one down. And that allows you to play for as long as you want. Like 15 minutes in a row, or 30 minutes, or even 1 hour. That gives you the level of freedom that makes you feel stress relieved, that makes you feel calm, that you find a way how to express emotion through music. And that's essentially the roadmap. Let's summarize everything real quick. The first one is color block method, where we learn how to use the left hand on autopilot with color blocks. The second phase is the melody protocol. Melodies that breathe with the melody protocol. So 3 is rich chords with the inversion system. 4, real emotion with the expression training. And 5, finally, cinematic mastery to tie everything together. Alright, so if you want my structured help, then my one-on-one coaching might be a great fit. I'm thinking of opening 10 spots very soon, so make sure to book your spot in my calendar below. If you try any of the ideas from this video, grab your phone, record a short clip of your playing and share it with me. I would love to see where you are in the roadmap right now. If you got any value from this, it would mean a lot. If you like the video, subscribe and drop a comment about which stage you are and what you're most excited to work on. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.